Yesterday, I showed you that this application has now officially shut down, and whilst researching alternatives, I found something that's completely different. And if you are somebody that regularly sets up Firesticks, streaming devices, this might actually be even more useful. So just imagine having your own private app store that only you can access, only you decide which applications go into your app store, and all somebody has to do is just enter in a single PIN code, and they can then install these applications that you've decided to share. So in this video today, let me show you this brand new app store. I've not seen this mentioned in any other video on any other website. I'm going to show you how to install it, how to share a test application. Let's go for VLC, open source media player. Then I'll install the custom app store on my Fire Stick and show me installing this application that we've just published. So please do take a moment to hit that like button so this video can go out to as many users as possible. Thank you. And this is the website for it, guys. So you can see Android TV and Fire Stick App Store for streaming device users. This app store makes it easy to distribute and install and manage your Android TV applications on your Fire Stick, on your Android TV, on your streaming devices. Just give out a 6-digit PIN and you can go ahead and install any application that you choose to publish. So it is completely free to create a free account. You can then register your apps and you can then give them to your users, maybe your friends and family. Maybe you are somebody that regularly sets up streaming devices. Now you might be wondering who's actually going to need their own application store, but if you only have one Fire Stick, then you probably don't need it. But if you are somebody who regularly sets up these devices, maybe you are the family Fire Stick person or the family tech support person, then to make things easier for you, you could just set up a private app store with your favorite applications, then very quickly install it on all of your friends and family's devices. Or maybe even if you have customers, so if you are maybe selling these devices, maybe you are loading applications to make it easy for your customers, again, you could have a private app store you could then give to your customers, and anytime there's an update, anytime there's an application you want to share, you could add it to your private app store and then your customers can access it with that PIN code. So it does seem to be pretty straightforward and it definitely seems to serve a purpose. So let's see how easy it is to actually add an application to a custom application store so we can then share it with our friends and family. Okay, so I've logged into my test application store and we can see I have one application, the VLC media player, which I've already published in this demonstration. Now let's say I want to add another one. I can just click on register app just behind my head. Then it asks me some basic questions about what this application is. So let's say we're doing another media player called Yes Player. Now for the URL, you need to type in wherever this application is being hosted. So for this demonstration, let me just paste in a URL. There we are. Now you can add in a logo if you want to. Let me just search for a logo. Let's go for the first one here. Find any logo, do a right click and select copy image URL or copy image address. Let's go back to our app store. Let's now paste in that URL. That's now pasted. And for the description, I can just say open source media player. That's gone in. I can now click on register. And we can now see I have two applications in my test application store. And we can see this one at the moment is uncategorized because we haven't given a category to this application. So I can click on edit. Let's now assign it to media players. Of course, you can create as many categories as you like. You can have one for streaming, one for utilities, games, apps, etc. So let's go for that. Click on save. That's now been done. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how easy it is to add applications in your application store, and we can then access them from any other streaming device. So let's have a look at my PIN. We can see on the dashboard, it's just 530.263. Let's now jump over to my Fire TV Cube. Now to get the actual ATV store, we can make a quick connection to my website, which is just TechDoctorUK.com, or you can type in the short code 53402, and this will take you directly to my website. Let's do that now. And I mentioned before a few times now that my website has been completely redesigned. You won't see any pop-ups, any adverts, any fake links, and it really is the best and safest place for you to find all of your applications, including other custom application stores. So let's scroll down. And let's click on App Stores. And we see at the top, we have the new one, ATV Store. Let's click on Get. Make sure you read the disclaimer. Click on I understand. Actually then begin the download of the custom application store. I can click on Install. That's now done. I can click on Open. Okay, and we can now type in that 6-digit PIN. So in my demonstration, that test or demo store we saw had the PIN code 530.263. Click on Connect. And I can now see two applications which are now available for me, and we can see they're in the category media players. You can see them in all categories, but if I had more categories, I could then filter the list and say, show me the media players only, or show me the utilities, etc. So I can now say, for example, I want to download VLC. Not sure why I can't see the icon, but let's click on install. That should then pull it from the repository and start installing it for me. Once I've given the permissions, let's do that now. Let's go to settings, install unknown apps, and let's now turn on the ATV Store. That's done. I can now go back. Let's try to install VLC again. 3, 2, 1. This time it should begin the download, and I should then see the prompt allowing me to install it, and we can see it's done exactly that. So we can see a nice clean experience, especially if you are installing the same applications again and again onto different devices, again for your friends or family, or maybe your customers, or maybe you are somebody that just has lots of devices. Having your own private application store does make sense in that scenario. The other thing to mention, that if you are downloading applications from third-party sources, especially streaming content, then it is essential for you to use a VPN, because a VPN encrypts your connection, it prevents your ISP from monitoring you, and more importantly, it stops them throttling your connection, because ISPs, internet service providers, are known to throttle streaming traffic, particularly in the evening. So a VPN is a great way to skip that and at the same time protect yourself, protect your privacy, and it really is just the best way to stay safe online. I personally recommend IPVanish. I use it on all of my devices. I've used it for more than 5 years now. Super fast, super secure. And if you scan that QR code, you will get a special price just for Tech Doctor fans. And it really is just the best way to support me and my work. So many thanks for doing that. But overall, guys, just getting back to the ATV store, I do like the concept. I do think the interface is very clean. Would every Firestick user need it? Probably not, but again, if you're somebody that regularly installs applications for friends and family, maybe for your customers, then I do think it's definitely worthwhile trying. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Many thanks for watching. Do leave me a comment below if you've heard of the ATV store before. I'd never heard of it. Let me know what you think, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.